Following dramatization presents a reflective scenario. It's not intended to model, but rather to promote critical reflection and group discussion. Our patients can be down-to-earth people seeking leadership from their clinicians. George has a history of progressive heart disease that has advanced, is concerned about what the future holds, and he and his wife turn to his physician for guidance and answers. As you watch the segment, consider the following questions. What is happening? What issues does it raise? What emotions come to your awareness? What implications does it have for how we practice?
Well, the old heart was beating this morning. Is it still working?
It's still working, George.
Good. I'm a little short of breath, though. Not doing too badly. Sure was glad to get out of that hospital. Thought they'd never let me go home.
I bet you were. Let's just check your blood pressure. Looks like you're both doing a pretty good job. George, your blood pressure's in good shape today. Keep checking your weight and taking your medications every day. Call me if your weight goes up and I'll increase your water pill. I want to see you in 2 weeks.
Do you really think he's doing okay?
You're both doing a great job, Hattie. Okay, we'll see you.
Well, it was beating this morning. Is it working?
It's still working, George.
Good. Little short of breath, though.
Are you?
Not doing too badly. Sure was glad to get out of that hospital. Thought they'd never let me go home.
What was the hardest thing about being in the hospital?
Everything. Noise, the tests, and the food. It was awful. Those hospital beds are like slabs of stone. Good Lord knows I'm going to be sleeping on one of them soon enough.
Oh, George, you've got lots of good years left in you.
But I can tell time's getting short.
Now, George, I don't want you talking like that.
Well, Hattie, you both know that George's heart condition is getting worse. And George, your comfort and quality of life are the most important things for us to consider. We've talked before about how unpredictable heart disease can be. And George, your heart is getting weaker.
How much time we looking at, Doc?
Well, it's hard to say. You're not a statistic, George. But I'd say we're looking at months rather than years.
Oh.
Have you talked about the future?
Yes, we have. And I like to take care of him at home.
Maybe we should set up another appointment for you to come in and talk about your options for care. Things like where and what you'd like that care to be.
That would be much appreciated, Doc.
Okay then, let's just take a look at your blood pressure here.
With careful listening to the patient and family, there are cues that the healthcare provider can pick up on. These are the openers for important discussions about advanced planning. Many patients are reluctant to bring up the topic of end-of-life care, but may welcome the opportunity to discuss it when a provider introduces the topic. The provider can learn to ask skillful questions that help identify the inner feelings and deeper meanings of what the patient or family is saying. This approach can be helpful in introducing end-of-life issues. With regards to prognosis, we need to be careful and ask ourselves the question, do we need to give patients the answers all the time? We need to ask ourselves, why are we giving an answer in this instance? We also need to be careful that as healthcare providers, we are not getting caught up in a curative mode and losing sight of patient and family concerns.